This is my year 2000 Ford Puma. It's the 1.7, but this repair will do the 1.4, I'd imagine, and also some of the Mark IV Fiestas. So it's the heating isn't working in my car at all, so it's literally freezing in there. So my mum sold me this car for £800, and I think the biggest reason is probably because the heating just doesn't work. So then I tried flushing out the heater matrix, which just involves removing the two pipes that I'm about to in a minute, and basically putting a hose pipe through the heater matrix there, flushing a load of water out. So it wasn't actually that bad. So I've done some Google research,
heater matrix.
and
This
it sounds like
control
it's the
thing.
heater control module, which is just on the manifold there next to my brew. So that was £13 off eBay for one of those. So it's pretty cheap, and it's very easy to swap. It's a bit dark in this, you can't quite see what I'm doing, but essentially there's two pipes to go on either side, so you just need to remove the 4 clips, pull each of the 4 pipes off. That part then lifts out, and you just place the new part in. There's nothing, it doesn't really, it just clips on the bottom onto the firewall. So just those pipes run through the firewall into the heater matrix, and it just takes the coolant water. You can't really see what I'm doing here, but there's a little rubber cover that goes over the control module. You lift that off. There's one little wiring harness that goes to it. It's just like got a little metal clip to remove, and you can take the 2 wires off that go up to it. As a bodge fix, I actually removed this wire so that the heating was at least coming on, because it was totally freezing without it. So that just meant it was on full blast constantly. I could never cool it down, which is fine in winter, but I don't want it to be like that forever. So yeah, £13 part, and it can get repaired. So yeah, that was a bit fiddly, trying to take those clips and pipes off inside. No. Still can't see what I'm doing. It's just pitch black in there. It's just 2 pipes that go onto the back of it. There's nothing too complicated about it. And that's the wiring harness that goes up to it. Just get in there with that spanner. That tool, it wasn't quite the right thing. Ended up finding some long nose needle pliers to sort it out, which worked a lot better. So then with a bit of wiggling, you can get that heater control unit out. That's what the old one looks like. Absolutely freezing out there. And just sort of pop a new one in. Do a reverse of what you did with the pipes. Put the wire on, put the clip on, put the little rubber boot back over it, and you've fixed it. 13 quid. Thanks very much. Check a better angle. So that's where the clip goes on, the little wiring harness. Try and put those clips back to where they were. As usual from me, pretty rubbish camera work. Shaky cam, finger in the way. That's kind of what it's supposed to look like, those two pipes, and then you put those two clips back on, a bit like that. It was not that easy to do. It was a bit of a difficult one to put those clips back on. And then you just got to push those two pipes on from this side. It's a lot easier than the other side. Squeeze those clips, put them back. Take a bit of wiggling, but they go there. That's it. The job's pretty much done. Oh, I've not put that hot wiring harness on. Oh yeah, we'll put the harness thing on. There's a metal clip to hold it in place. Just drops down. So it's so much slower doing everything one-handed. You do this in half the time if you just got on with it and didn't film yourself doing it. Then yeah, you put that little rubber boot on. But I think my hose clip thing's in the way there, so I'll move it out of the way in a sec. Yeah, I'll push the meat to that hose clip thing on it. One more cracking camera work. I should become a cameraman. Job done.